We're back.
We're back.
This is going to be a fun episode.
Oh, yeah.
We have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Jets beating the Birds.
Yep.
Browns beating the Niners.
Yep.
The Mortals. The Mortals for you two.
Mortals were good.
Except mine, which lost by a half point.
Yep.
I'm 1-4. I am down bad, but I have one coming, and it's going to be a lock.
Yep. 1-4-1. Don't sell yourself short.
1-4-1. Okay, I pushed one, but listen, I'm fucking around. I'm finding out. I'm going to continue to fuck around. Why not? It's not going to hurt me.
Absolutely.
But Muller, what are you, 4-2?
I'm 4-2. Since week 2, when the Eagles screwed me, I have gone 4 now.
There you go. And then Gassy, I believe, is 3-3 or 4-2 as well.
Mm-hmm. He is 3-3.
Wow, look at that.
Big picks.
Oh, I told you guys, Ryan Muller, he's hot, dude. He's hot, and he just gave you a lock. Let's just jump right into it.
Let's do it.
I'm excited. So, since I'm absolutely dog shit, I'm going to go last. Muller, lay it on us.
Peter,
go 5-0.
Rams -3, home against the Steelers. I think the Rams are very good now that they got Puka and Kupp. I don't see Matt Stafford not moving the ball down the field. And, I mean, the Steelers are not good. They're coming off a bye week, so dangerous, but they have to fly across the country. And, I mean, Kenny Pickett wears 2 gloves. That's all you need to know. Rams -3.
Rams -3, I love it. I absolutely love it. Gassy, I know it's kind of on the spot. Do you have one?
I do have one. This week I'm going Vegas -3 at Chicago. Justin Fields is most likely going to be out.
I love that.
I think Vegas takes that game.
Absolutely.
All right, boys.
I don't know what you mean by Vegas takes that game, but I feel like you mean that we're going to win.
Oh, we're going to win.
Vegas might read into this podcast and be like, no, we're stealing this one this week. Upsets everywhere.
Isn't Jimmy G hurt, though? I think Jimmy G is hurt.
If he's hurt and Justin Fields is hurt, I still like O'Connell's chances to win that game.
Well, Brian Hoyer might be starting now.
All right. Well,
but even both of them, I'd probably take them regardless. So I think we're seeing a Devontae Adams massive game soon. Last 2 games he's been.
Oh, Devontae Adams versus the Bears.
Yeah.
Packers versus the Bears.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you need to hear. They might win by 20.
Man, now that you say that. Oh, my God. I can't believe you just said that. Damn, I might have to change my mortal.
What was your mortal?
Hold on. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. It won't show, but no, I can't. I can't do it.
Go with your gut, Mike.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. So now
you've been second guessing yourself, and you know what? You've been terrible.
That Broncos cover was such a bad beat, and they are absolutely atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
That offense is like watching the Jets with Adam Gase. It's that bad.
Yep.
But my mortal, I smell 2-5 on the way. I smell it. I smell a dub.
2-4-1.
2-4-1. There is a man. He is a receiver. No spreads. This is different. This is your value pick for this parlay. There is a man on the Seattle Seahawks. He wears the number 16. Tyler Lock. This is a lock. Tyler Lockett to score a touchdown against the Arizona Cardinals. He always does. He loves to torture the Arizona Cardinals. He's going to score against the Cardinals. He might even score 2 touchdowns. But we're just going to take 1. Maybe I have to change it up because I'm 1-4-1. Maybe I should take a different direction and see if this works. We're going to take a player to score, and it's going to be Tyler Tyler Lockett to score a touchdown. And it's going to be plus odds too. So
yeah, absolutely. Now, if he scores a touchdown, do you just pick a touchdown score every week?
Okay, now, if he does score a touchdown, I will then continue to start picking people with most likely plus odds because choosing a McCaffrey with like minus 150, 200, that's not fun.
Yeah, but I mean, he scores every game.
He does score every game, and it's nice for the mortals, but I mean, who's going to take that to juice up the parlay? I mean, it's not juicing up diddly squat. You're picking some plus odds guys. Lockett is definitely going to be one of those guys, at least plus 130 and above. If DK's out, it might even be a little bit lower, but we're taking him. I love it. So we got the Rams -3 from Muller. Ride him. We got the Raiders -3 as well. Against the Bears. Gassy. Ride him. And then we got Tyler to score. I love it.
I like those this week.
I do too. I think it's a nice little change of pace, especially the Raiders pick. I like that one. But now, huge announcement.
It's here.
It's here. We finally got it. It was impossible to find. This jersey was out of stock. All of them. You could not find any of them anywhere. But we got it. I lucked out. So that being said, I'm going to open it. I don't even know if it's a Kelly Green Eagles jersey.
We're hoping it is.
We're hoping it is. But I'm going to open it. Here we are.
If it's not an Eagles Kelly Green,
If it's not, then I'm just going to go home and
it's arguably one of the funnier things that have happened on this show.
hang myself.
All right. It's green.
It's green.
It's green.
It's an XL.
Fits everybody, hopefully.
It fits everyone.
Squeeze into it, grow into it. We're for the people. It's a number 1. Look at those birds on the side. You know, I'm a Cowboys fan, but this is a very nice jersey.
This is beautiful.
This is something I would follow our show for.
Look at that.
Look at that. We might sign it for you.
Jalen Hurts jersey
We might sign it if you ask.
is here.
Yep.
It wasn't DeAndre Swift because they had none.
Yep.
There was 2 left, and I got one of them.
Absolutely.
Now you can have this, by the way.
Yep.
So what we're going to do, this is our promotion now.
It's not a women's one like we said we were going to get.
No, so you won't have the hourglass figure. You won't be too tight. It is a men's jersey.
Yep. You can see it has a breathable side. Hold that up again. Show them the breathable side. Yep, right there. Breathable side.
Breathable.
For our boys that are sweating out bets, breathable side.
Now, I don't know who would want this after a loss to the Jets, but
Well, that's why we got it in a Jets color.
yeah. So
Trick 'em.
Exactly. We just have some lettering and a couple of numbers here.
Not going to lie. Gassi has the white version on, essentially.
We found it.
We did.
We found it. That
Blake
is the
found
correct one, indeed.
Yes.
But I know all of our followers are mostly from Philadelphia area. This could be yours. That
be.
jersey could be yours.
Right there.
Now, what do you have to do? You have to
Follow us.
follow us. You
Post
have
on
to
the story.
Post the reel. We're going to put a reel out. You have to post it on the story.
Or the post.
Or the
Either
post.
one. Either
Yes. Tag 2 friends. Subscribe on YouTube.
Yes.
That's
4
it.
things. Very simple.
It's very simple. And if we're going to figure out a way where we can pick someone, and then that will be the winner, and that jersey could potentially be yours. So it'll probably go on for it. We'll give people some time, around maybe 2 weeks, and then we'll announce it near Halloween, so you could put that on as a costume, and there you go.
That's us.
We've been talking about it for a while. It's finally happening.
We've literally talked about it since preseason, and we put it off, and then we put it off for another week, and then we did that again, and then we were like, yeah, let's get it for that week, and then no one bought it, and then we put it off again, and then we went to Dick's, couldn't find it, and then Mike hit the jackpot.
I called this Dick's Sporting Goods
True underdog story.
multiple times. We looked all over the place, calling I even called Modell's, bro. Like, Modell's I called. Did not have it. I walk in, and I'm like, listen. The guy's like, how can I help you? I'm like, hey, buddy. This is going to be a long shot. Any chance you got some Kelly Green Eagles jerseys? He's like, not here, but we can order one. I'm like, is that so? I'm like, yes. And we found it. We found an XL. There was only 2 left. So that goes to show. And now it's into possession of the B team. And now it could be yours. So the promotion, we will post it again. We're going to be pushing this. We want you guys to get in on this. This could be a free jersey for you. That's super nice. All you guys with your Brian Dawkins jerseys and Donovan McNabb jerseys.
Welcome to the year 2023.
Welcome to 2023. You can have a new one.
On us.
On us.
Yep.
So that's our promotion. We're excited to start that. And, yeah, you can be the lucky winner. We're excited to announce that once it comes about. So that's all I had to say. Now, Muller, moving on now. You had a question, a serious question.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear this.
All right, so one of my guys, one of my boys, he got shit on by a bird earlier, and I don't understand why people their immediate response is, "Oh, but that's good luck."
It's
like
not.
I'm
It's a
sorry,
myth.
but How is getting shit on good luck? Like, you have literal poop on you. How is that good luck?
I don't believe it's good luck at all. I
It's
think
not.
it's a myth.
Like, I understand the whole thought process of, oh, but now your day can only go up from here. But I don't understand why people
You
are.
never want to think that way.
No, that
Go
just.
down.
Yeah, like, what happens if something terrible happens? Like, that's not that bad. If something way worse could still happen.
Absolutely.
Right, okay.
Well, how did his day go after he got crapped on by the bird?
No clue.
No clue?
No clue.
Won the
No clue.
lottery.
Won the lottery.
He definitely didn't do that. But, like, I just think he had an average day. He didn't say anything was great, anything was worse. Now, here comes the real question. There are so many birds on Earth. I've never been shit on. Have you?
Yes.
Have you?
I have.
Wow. Okay, so 2 out of 3. So
Shit and pissed on.
But,
How's
like,
that?
how is everyone not getting shit on by these birds?
It's
Because they just fly over and then they just go. They live some of the best lives.
It's a timing thing. I think it's all timing. You have to be in the right moment at the right time to get shit on by a bird. And the bird, number one, has to shit. And
But there's so many birds. That's what I mean.
I mean, not everywhere. I mean, if you're on the shore, there's going to be a more abundancy of birds than here, where you're walking outside. I mean, they're not really flying over much.
How many birds per capita do you think there are in the United States?
Okay, you can't ask me that type of question. What do you think? I have no clue.
I don't know.
There
but
are a lot of
but
birds.
think about birds. Like, okay, they take up a small area, but there's a lot of birds.
Yeah.
Like, you could
But-
see a flock of, like, 50 birds within 10 by 10 yards.
You know what I think? I think your highest chances of getting shit on by a bird is when the geese are flocking and they are fleeing south. Like, when they're all together.
Yeah.
I think that is your best chance to get shit on by a bird.
Possibly.
Yes. That
Possibly.
like if you really are having a shit day, if you're having a crappy day and you just need some luck and you see that arrow looking shape by the geese, you need to follow it and you need to just pray that you get pooped on and then maybe your day will get better. That's all I can really think.
But your day won't get better. You got shit on.
But we don't know the aftermath. We only know the moment that the feces hit the man/woman on any part of their body. Most likely the head and shoulders.
Did you know that
Fair.
birds only have one hole for defecating and for urinating? So I think it's both kind of the same thing in one.
So they just diarrhea.
Yes. Yeah. That's what they do.
Just hang
that's
under
harsh.
a tree, dude. Just hang under a tree because there was a point in time I would park my car outside of my house and there's a massive tree across the street. And I don't know when this was, but every single day there was loads of shit on my windshield.
Same.
Loads of shit.
Yeah.
So you just have to be in the right spot and you have to prepare.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think when
wait,
you do prepare,
Are you saying this as if I want to?
I mean,
I don't want to.
I don't either, but maybe there are some people who really need some luck, like my 1 in 4 and 1 mortals.
Yep. So
Maybe what I'll do,
No, you should go stand under that tree.
dude, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll just stand maybe for a
Sunday.
couple hours,
Yeah.
and just wait. And I will keep looking up. I will have a bad neck the whole day, and then once I see it flying down, I will try and just dive and get shit on.
Respectfully, you should not look up. You should just stand under the tree, I think.
Just stand under the tree and just.
Because if you don't see the bird coming and it takes a shit on your face, you're going to be real upset.
I mean, I might have the best luck ever then.
Is there any way we could live stream this on Sunday? Like to our YouTube?
I'll stand out.
We'll caption it, Will might get shit on.
We'll might get shit on today.
From 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock, he'll stand under the tree until he gets shit on.
That should be a fantasy football punishment. You have to stand under a tree until you get shit on, and there is no time duration. It's not just one day. You have to get shit on. It might take you months. That's a great fantasy football punishment.
Oh, that'd be brutal. Imagine if it
We
fell
still
right
need-
next to you. Oh, it missed. You got to keep going.
Yeah. We got to shoot at him with paintball guns.
We do.
So, mark my words, we will. As a commissioner of B-Town Dynasty League, I give you my word.
My
That
commish.
man will be shot.
My commish.
I'm excited for the punishments this year because right now I don't know who's going to be in last. Mahler, you're on the brink of it, by the way.
No, we're not.
You're close.
No, we just won 2 in a row. We're up into the middle of the pack.
So right now. Oh no. You're right.
Yeah. No,
Ahmad.
Don't you dare put me
Ahmad.
in that. That kid's like 0-6.
Ahmad is 0-6.
Is he?
Yes.
Don't you dare put me in that pack.
You.
Oh, I can't get in. Can you just pull it up?
I got it. So I'll go through the rankings. We're going to go through our B-Town Dynasty rankings real quick.
I'm pretty sure we're 3-3 or 2-4.
So
But
right,
that puts us right in the middle.
I'll go through the rankings here. So number 1 is Boston Scott, Giants killer. Drew Brees goated 6-0. We got Dave Simmons 5-1. He's ranked second.
They're both fake teams. They cheat.
We got Carlo ranked third.
That's a good player.
Abe fourth.
I don't respect that team.
Gassie's fifth.
Smart team.
I am sixth.
Smart team.
Big Tony Emig number 7.
Okay.
He
team.
moved up 3 spots. Dittsburg Starboys
That's
number
me.
8.
Smart
That's
team.
Mr. Muller.
Smart team.
Dicker the kicker. That is Big Old Sticks.
That's
number 9.
I do respect that team.
He
Stupid team, but I respect that
gave
team.
me the works last weekend. So, and then we got Need Some Luck by Mr. Adam Peters, who
Bad
needs to
team.
do the punishment. He's ranked 10th.
Bad team.
Then we got
his first pick, by the way.
Yeah, that's basically a Bears situation.
It is.
thing is
I
what
also have Nietzsche's, so it is.
Yeah, it is a Bears. I was just about to say, I think he's coming up next, isn't he?
yes, Nietzsche
There we go.
Nietzsche is ranked 11th right now, and man, he needs to figure something out. You heard me, Nietzsche.
He also has 0 picks for the next 3 years.
Yeah. Talk about a guy that he's basically the Rams. He went all in, but he didn't win.
He went all in, and now he's the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
He has no picks.
Let me go through Abe's or Nietzsche's picks. He has a 2025 third round, a 2025.
That's time out. That's his first pick.
That's his first pick.
Oh my God!
so
This
with,
kid was talking so much trash with me 3 weeks ago, and I beat him by 60 with Zach Wilson as my starting quarterback.
that's
I'm
insane.
sorry, but that man should be relegated from the league.
So with the dynasty, we drafted this team 3 years ago, and you get draft picks. You get draft picks every year for the rookies that come in, and he has 2025 third round pick. That's his first pick. That's his next pick. 2 years from now, he has a 2025 fourth round pick, 2025 first, 2026 first. I'm sorry, 2026 second, and a 2026 fourth round pick. He has a total of 5 picks in the next 3 years.
No, that's a man that is going to lose for the next 3 years.
Maybe more than that.
Yeah, because you got to
He
think
set
those
his franchise
rookies.
back so far.
Yeah, those rookies ain't going to produce right
He
away.
just set his franchise back by 7 years.
I want to talk about this. Did you guys see that trade between him and Ahmad?
What happened?
So this happened on October 8th. Ahmad gave up Devontae Adams and in return got Adam Thielen, Kareem Hunt, and Aaron Jones. Does that raise any questions, any concerns to you guys?
What
He gave up
place is Ahmad
Devontae
in?
Adams for Adam Thielen, Aaron Jones, and Kareem Hunt.
Okay, so around that time, Kareem Hunt was starting to roll in for the Browns.
Chubb is out. Yeah.
Adam Thielen is technically probably wide receiver 1 in Carolina at the moment.
And
Aaron Jones.
If he comes back, yeah.
So you don't think that's
I don't think it's fair, but I don't think it's terrible. It's not the worst thing that's happening in this league.
I'm not going to say the C word
Yeah.
at this moment.
okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, but that I just want to point out, we aren't going to bring that up because I respect all teams, but that C word gets brought out a lot with my team, and my team finishes in the middle of the table every year and gets a crappy pick. So I don't know how we're corrupt.
Muller's team every single year, I think everybody looks at it and is like, Jesus, that team is dog shit. And then I'm telling you, this is
Yeah.
how it is. And then every single year he finds a way to just beat the odds and he wins games.
We make the playoffs every year.
But the man picked Puka Nakua in the 4th round.
Listen,
Yeah.
Of the draft.
even though your commissioner might be an ass commissioner in your league,
He's a great GM.
he's been a solid GM so far.
Yep.
He does have Puka Nakua. And, yeah.
Our team looks like dog crap on there, but they pull through every week. They score just enough points every week. And you know what? The boys fight. They fight.
They do fight
I don't
for
want
you,
to.
man.
I don't want to be like Dan Campbell. I'm about to cry right now, but I love my boys.
If there's
They're dogs.
If there's one pick that really
Everyone
shocks everybody, do you know who it is?
Give me a second here. Everyone laughed. Everyone laughed when I picked up Zach Wilson as my backup quarterback. Well, you know what? He's outscored almost every quarterback in the league the last 3 weeks. So who's laughing now? My guy. Did I start him? Nope. But my guy. And Jacoby Myers, he's a great kid. Great kid.
That's a guy who just goes so deep in leagues, and he just produced.
We've tried to trade him the last 2 years, and no one wants him. And then we just say, all right, we'll keep him, whatever. And he puts up points every week. He's a guaranteed 12 to 15 every week.
No, absolutely. He's like the new Alan Lazard, but better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alan Lazard was Mr. Consistent, and now it's Jacoby Myers.
And he's wide receiver too out there. So he's getting throws, and he's not having, their best corner on him all the time.
Right now, his ranking overall is number 47, but for receivers, he's 15.
Yeah, no, he's legit.
I was offered a trade in Dynasty recently, and I am considering it. I want to run it by you guys.
Oh, yeah?
I want to run it by you guys.
Talk to me.
I have Nico Collins. I was offered Tony Pollard for Nico Collins, straight up.
I don't know if I can comment on this.
So, Nico Collins and the best rookie quarterback in the NFL at the moment,
we've seen in a while, besides for Herbert.
C.J. Stroud, have a great connection. That's all I'm going to say. Tony Pollard just got a big deal. Well, not really, but he's going to get a big deal, which means he's probably got a shelf life of, 3 more years?
I'd say that's fair.
You got to take that into account.
Yeah.
Nico Collins probably has 5-6 more years.
I am running back needy, and I am in win now, so I was considering.
Okay, so Tony Pollard I would say, yeah, it's a go. But now if you get rid of Nico Collins, is your team now wide receiver needy?
No, I have a lot of receivers.
Okay,
but
well,
I need
yeah.
the guys I have.
Well, then I think that we just answered your question.
It's a very intriguing trade. I know.
But I'm a long-term GM. I favor long-term strategy over win-now moves.
Who are your running backs?
DeAndre Swift and Roshan Johnson.
Who's your next running back?
Andre Miller.
Yeah, I would take Tony Pollard.
It's funny because I talked to Dave about this too, and because I know I tried for Nico back in the day. I'm not gonna say much, but just it's a very intriguing trade.
It is,
especially in your position right now. You have a lot to think about.
I can get more receivers. A lot of draft picks.
What are your thoughts on it?
I think I'm leaning towards not doing it just because I don't. It takes a lot for me to make fantasy trades. I'm a guy who usually doesn't trade.
You're just a drafter. Yeah,
And
feel that.
I love Nico Collins, man. He's young.
He's good.
CJ
24,
Stroud's
dude.
Awesome.
We've been waiting for this for
It's
Nico
about
Collins.
the future.
And Nico Collins he's put up like those games with like Davis Mills and whoever the quarterback was before, where he obviously he put up shit numbers.
Inconsistent, but showed flashes.
Yes.
This year he's been more consistent.
Yeah, and him and CJ have a great connection, and I think the Texans are only going to – they're not going to be a run-heavy team.
It's only up for the Texans.
It's only up for them, and they're going to be passing the ball like no tomorrow because, again, I know I've said this before, they got weapons. They got Woods, they got Nico, they got Tank, they got Schultz. Like, why wouldn't you pass the ball? They got Dameon Pierce, who right now he's not looking like a good fantasy dynasty player to have. I mean, yes, but no. I mean, they're not going to be running the ball like the Falcons are with Bijan and Algier. They're going to be passing nonstop. John Mechie, more of those guys. In your position, it's intriguing because Tony Pollard is good. I think the thing is with Tony Pollard and Muller, you could probably agree with me on this. I think we expected more, at least from like a fantasy perspective.
Oh, from a fantasy perspective, yeah.
But
Real life perspective, I think he's been phenomenal.
Yeah, no, he's been solid. But I think for fantasy, I believe that we're expecting more of a Tony Pollard show out.
So
I guess
with Tony Pollard, all of his numbers were based off of last season, obviously. Mm-hmm. And last season, there was a guy named Zeke there who they gave the ball to run up the middle and take those 1 or 2 yard runs, whereas he was bouncing outside, getting screen passes, running for 20, 30 yards almost every couple plays. Now he's number one. A lot of his touches are coming on runs that go up the middle. He's that bruiser. He's trying to get he still bounces out. We saw the throw over the middle when Dak escaped and made a great play. Spun out of it, ran for about, 40, 50 yards?
Yep.
So he still has that in him. It's just he's not that player for the Cowboys now. So he's not going to put up those numbers. So his numbers should be adjusted. His expectations should be adjusted.
Again, this is in regards to fantasy. I think with Pollard, that's a guy where you see him as, especially for dynasty leagues, you see him as just like a long-term piece that at some point when the Cowboys will get more pieces around him, will flourish. I mean, they're going to continue to give him the ball. That's just how it is. Again, I think the Cowboys are going to be actively shopping for a wide receiver too, which they should. But I want to talk about that game since we're on this topic. Number one, great pick, by the way. Cowboys minus 2.5, won by half a point.
It was so obvious, the bounce back game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the Chargers were off a bye, but I think from what I've seen based off that game, it was just a fundamentally sound playing by Dak Prescott, who played a very good game, and the defense. The Chargers, on the other hand, I mean, how many times am I going to say it? Just fire the freaking coach, dude. Fire him. I'm not going to like just blame him for everything because I'm still a Herbert believer. But the defense shut down big time, and they don't have it, dude. And I feel like he's slowly, I wouldn't say losing the locker room, but there are better options than Brandon Staley as a head coach.
Well, my biggest thing with him is he's been one of the most aggressive coaches in the NFL, and last night
where it's coming to backfire.
I'm happy that he didn't do it, but he had a 4th and maybe like 4 inches, and he didn't go for it. He kicked a field goal. Yeah,
in those like heat of the moment decisions where it's, I swear to God, every time it's 4th down, he always finds a way to whiff. There was one 4th down, he went for it, didn't get it, and then there was another 4th down where he did go for it and he did get it. But he's not like, his hit rate on 4th downs has to be like less than 50%, no doubt.
Yes.
Because he can't. Maybe he's gambling at the wrong time, and I respect that he gambles for it, but it just never goes in his favor. Again, losing Mike Williams hurts too, but that's not an excuse. They just got outplayed. It was a good game. I mean, it was close. Eckler, I think, could have been more involved. Keenan Allen's still a dog. You find a way to give him the ball, but you got to give credit to the Cowboys. They played a great game, and the offense stood tall. CeeDee Lamb got the ball. Brandon Cooks finally showed out a little bit.
Finally.
Just a solid win by the Cowboys. I mean, there was nothing really more to it. Low-scoring game, and it's a good win. It's a good bounce-back win.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks showing up for the first time all season was huge. He finally played like a man. He wasn't like a high school kid out there. He had 5 touches for 50 yards, which, I mean, that might be a season high for the guy. So, but I'm going to pull the Cowboys down now. Dak Prescott, phenomenal game. He had 7 rushes for 40 yards. I mean, he threw, he ran, he just did everything that we've come to expect from him, and
it's very accurate.
Yeah, it was a great game by the guy. But now receiving, I was big on Michael Gallup at the beginning of the year. I mean, he is a dud.
Yes, I know.
He's a dud.
I know.
I'm going to read you guys a stat, and I just want you to point out.
He led the team in rushing, by the way, Dak Prescott.
He did. But that's what I mean. Like, Tony Pollard's runs are up the middle.
Yeah.
So
get him out in space.
Yeah. Now, that being said, he had 6 catches for 80 yards. But
that works.
All right, so CeeDee Lamb, 7 receptions on 7 targets. Pollard, 6 on 7 targets. Cooks, 4 on 4 targets. Gallup, 3 on 10 targets. Ferguson, 1 on 1. McKeon, 0 on 1. So one of those is not like the others, and that is Michael Gallup, 3 out of 10. And he had a chance to catch a touchdown. He had a chance to catch one on the sideline. And it's like they hit him in the chest, and he just drops it. At what point can we just stop throwing to the guy? He had the most targets last night.
Like, at what point do you, like, you've seen enough. I mean, I feel, again, it's just one of those situations where you have nobody else.
We do, though. We have Jalen Tolbert.
Jalen Tolbert has been sitting on the bench waiting for his opportunity, and he has not received it.
He got screwed last night on that punt.
Oh, yes, he did.
That he got screwed. So that's not his fault.
Are you talking about the one where he blocked into the?
He got blocked into.
You see, but I think that's clean though.
Yeah, but here's my thinking on it. This is the Cowboys' perspective, obviously. So Turpin calling for the fair catch. He's looking up. If the other team blocks a Cowboy into him, that's the same as them just running into him.
I don't know. I disagree.
How? If they take ready? If he's calling for a fair catch and I grab you and throw you at him,
But he didn't throw him at him though.
Yeah, but
he was
it's the same
straight
thing.
blocking.
Yeah, well, he's trying to stop.
No, for sure. I mean, it makes sense, but I think that's clean. I mean, you don't really see that often because these punts, I mean, you got to block the guy. I mean, he just got out fucking powered 100%. And the chances of the punt being where it was and him getting blocked into his own receiver, I mean.
And this is what I don't understand, because that Chargers player, if he just ducks out of there, he runs into Turpin.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
That's on the special teams guy right there. That's just, I mean, again, you want to, I don't know how they communicate that. That's the thing about special teams that interests me. It's like, when do you know when to signal for a fair catch and when do you know when to actually return it? Is it the way the trajectory of the ball is coming to you? Can you hear the footsteps? Like, again, I think that play was clean just because he cleanly blocked him into the receiver and then recovered the ball. I think it's just one of those chances, like one of those plays where it just happens and you can't really do anything about it. I think it's fair, and as if you were on the other side of the ball, say the Chargers happen, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
I just want to say, if this was a Jets game, like, you would totally be in my position right now.
No, I wouldn't. But speaking of, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah. So one last thing on the Cowboys before we get into that. Mike McCarthy might have the worst clock management in the world. I do not know what happened at the end of the first half. There was 8 seconds. We had 2 timeouts, and this man did not take a timeout.
Isn't that so
and then
frustrating?
We had to kick a field goal.
Like, I feel like that is one of the most easiest things in the game is
Just
clock management. Like, the thing is, I feel like coaches, like Bill Belichick is a perfect example of this. He is so conservative with his timeouts. You will always see it. 2 minutes left, somehow Bill Belichick will have 3 timeouts left. Like, there are some guys who will have one, like in the Jets game where Salah threw that challenge flag. I didn't want him to throw that because it definitely looked like a catch, by the way. Like, shit like that. But, like, I get it, you want to be conservative, but at some time, especially in a 2-minute drill, you have to just utilize some timeouts. Like, it just we've seen this with the Cowboys a lot too, like where they have these plays where it's 4th down and somehow they have no timeouts to screw it over. Maybe that's why he's being a little bit more conservative, but there comes a point where you have to know when to freaking use it. I mean, like, it's a 2-minute drill, dude.
Yeah, like if we take that timeout, 8 seconds left, we're at it was like the 13 or something. It was close. All right, we run one play to CeeDee Lamb, try and get in the end zone, then all right, we kick a field goal.
Yeah, so that's really
made no sense.
Yeah, but hey, listen, they pulled it out, they got the dub, and hopefully they're gonna roll on from here because now they're only a game back in the division.
Yeah,
and I will say this: the Eagles' schedule from now on, again, I still like the Eagles. Their schedule is looking very rough the next probably 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, they go Dolphins, Commanders, Cowboys. So Commanders suck. They'll win that one, but it's at Commanders, so crazy shit happens there. Cowboys, they're going to split, so maybe they lose that one.
Dolphins?
And then Chiefs. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Dolphins is an L.
You think it's an L?
I think the Dolphins are just too good. That team is too good.
I think it's going to be closer than expected, in my opinion.
Well, it's going to be a close game, but Dolphins are going to win this thing. It's going to be like 30-40.
Yeah, shit. I mean,
right? Like,
I think the Birds can win it. It's going to be on the defense on both sides because I feel like the Dolphins, they really haven't had to use their defense at this point because their offense is so overpowered.
That's true.
But now with a team like the Eagles that you're facing, you're going to have to stop the run. You're going to have to get a 4th down. Like, they're going to kill the time of possession. We've seen that in the first quarter of the Jets game. Like, that's what their offense is based off now. I mean, we've seen the change. We've said this. They look sluggish. That's because they're running the ball. They're killing time of possession. That's going to be a very interesting, especially Vic Fangio's defense. They have to stop them on 3rd down.
Yep.
That's a huge thing because if they get to the 1-yard line, you know they're going to get a 1st down with their freaking brotherly love tush push. But the rest of the couple weeks that are coming up you said they play the Chiefs too.
So it goes Dolphins, Commanders, Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, 49ers, Cowboys, Seahawks away.
Wow.
And then they finish with some of the easiest games of the year. It will go Giants, Cardinals, Giants.
Okay, I mean that's a good way to end. I mean those have to be 3 dubs right there.
Yeah, so they'll be coming into the playoffs hot. It's just that middle section. Well, the middle section is really going to determine how this division shapes up because,
and they're hurt too. They got a couple of injuries, so.
Yeah, and if you look at this, Cowboys kind of have the schedule in reverse because we go bye, then we have the Rams, the Eagles.
Rams is a tough game.
You got the Eagles. Holy shit! What's my computer doing? Okay, and then you go Giants, Panthers, Commanders, Seahawks.
And then the end of their schedule is tougher.
Eagles, Bills, Dolphins, Lions. Finish with the commies.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a tough one.
It is. This is going to really show the true team of the Eagles right now. Again, I'm still a believer, but if those 6-7 weeks or whatever, they come out with at least 4 to 5 wins, I think that's a success. Mm-hmm. They can definitely do more, no doubt, but they got to get healthy. I know they sat out Jalen Carter and Darius Slay against us, but they got to get healthy. And I feel like they did that for the sake of playing the Dolphins because they know that that's a game they could potentially lose.
Yes.
But now with the Eagles-Jets game, great freaking win. Absolutely a phenomenal win. Nobody thought we were winning. I didn't think we were winning. I think 98% of America had Eagles -7. But the Jets came out. They did what they had to do. They gave the ball to Brees, like I've been preaching for weeks. When Brees gets over 15 touches, the Jets are 5-0. Now this is the thing though. When the defense gets over 3 turnovers or 3 takeaways, they're also undefeated. When they have less than 3 takeaways, they don't have a win. So this is the issue with the Jets now. Zach Wilson is playing clean football, which is great. We're seeing him progress. We're seeing him become a better quarterback. There are still issues. We can't convert on third down. I think he has one of the lowest third down conversion rates in the whole league. And we're not seeing any red zone touchdowns. Like, again, Brees, you got to rely on Brees, and you're gonna rely on the defense. That's all you have right now. But if Zach can just take that next step where he can start throwing touchdowns to Garrett, to Alan Lazard, who's been dropping the ball recently, which sucks. Tyler Conklin, like any of these guys, it's gonna be huge, and it's gonna put him on that next step where he needs to be. But again, we're not. He had a good game. He played. He's not turning the ball over. That's literally what we want. We don't want him throwing stupid interceptions, fumbling the ball. He's looked better. Absolutely. I know Gassy thinks it. You think it. We just need that next step from him. Let's see him convert on third down. Let's see him throw a touchdown. I mean, we're struggling there, and we can't. It's not sustainable relying on the defense to get 3+ takeovers or takeaways every single game. Like, they played out of their minds. Granted, we were missing Sauce, DJ Reed, who was the other guy? Brandon Eccles. Like, well, I love it. I mean, Quincy Williams should be a Pro Bowler right now. CJ's playing well. Tony Adams, Bryce Huff. I have to give my love to Bryce Huff. Undrafted guy. He is a DN on the Jets, number 47. He is, I think, leading. Do you know the stat?
Highest pressure rate in the NFL among edge rushers.
And his snap counts are way lower than all the other guys like TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald, Aiden Hutchinson. We got to pay him 100%. I mean, this is like a dream of a GM, is finding that diamond in the rough guy who went undrafted. Bart Scott was also undrafted. He does a bunch of Jet stuff, talks and shit. But that's what you want. You want to find these guys who like deserve that reward of getting paid when you find them and they actually produce. He's been unreal. Absolutely unreal. But a great win, and that's it. Like, that is probably the toughest section of our schedule. Like, we went through the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Patriots, Cowboys.
You arguably should have beat the Chiefs.
We should, yeah. If it wasn't for a stupid call or ball not going our way, the Chiefs, and then there was another game that we lost.
Patriots. But the Patriots was the real first one for Zach Wilson when they kind of switched up the offense a little bit.
We need to beat them. I mean, we're not complete until we beat the Patriots, and I love seeing them be shit. But the Jets defense, I'll tell you what, they're putting all these elite quarterbacks in hell. That Jets defense is ferocious. Mahomes, Allen, and Hurts.
Okay, and now here's where I'm going to flame you guys.
Sure.
So your coach, you guys just had a great monumental win against the Eagles. He comes out and says that, yeah, we are what's our record?
3-3.
3-3.
Which we wanted to be with Rodgers, by the way.
But he comes out and goes, but we embarrassed every quarterback we've seen.
Talk your shit, Salah, but yeah.
I'm sorry,
Hold the
but
receipts.
Dak Prescott, 31 of 38, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, rating of 112. I mean, Pollard ran on you guys for 25 for 72. CeeDee Lamb had 143 yards. Pollard had 37. Tolbert even had 18
Listen,
yards that game. I'm
That's
just
an early
speaking
game.
Facts.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
Facts. Like
Week 2 game.
I'm a Jets guy now, but hey, Salah, let's stay in our lane a little bit. You know, we haven't won anything. We've only beaten the Broncos basically with the team we have right now. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, right?
I'm listening.
Right? So go beat the Giants. Bad team. Go beat the Giants. If you beat the Chargers, okay, now we're cooking. That's a primetime game. All right, Raiders, and then right here is where we're going to see how good you guys are. You go at the Bills, then you play the Dolphins. If you beat both of those teams, go ahead and talk as much as you want. But you're 3-3. You beat the Bills with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback. Let's not forget he started that football game. And then you lost to the Cowboys by 20. It was a shit stomping. The Patriots, you guys looked like one of the worst football teams in the NFL. The Chiefs, you got screwed. Broncos are the Broncos. And then the Eagles, let me tell you, the NFL tried to steal that one from me. When they went to commercial and all of a sudden came back and they reversed a call, I mean, that's the most NFL Vegas rigged shit I've ever seen.
Are you talking about that touchdown?
Yeah.
Did you think that was a touchdown?
Listen, I don't respect that touchdown. When you go to commercial and then you come back and you're like, oh, yeah, it's a touchdown. Like, that in my mind is just like, why did we cut away? You're not going to show us anything and then not speak about it for the rest of the game? And then the, what's it called, A.J. Brown catch? I mean,
I think that was a catch.
Sure, it can be a catch, but I would be up in arms if I was you guys because all of a sudden the NFL, who is one of the richest leagues in the world and has a camera angle on everything, only has a camera angle of the dude's ass. Come on now, NFL. Like, at least try and show like you're going to be a fair player for the Jets. Like, what are we doing here?
You think that the one scene, like the one camera angle, like, all right, yo, this next camera angle, you'll be able to see it, and it's just showing his ass.
All they did was zoom in on the same camera angle. Like, at least show something else. Show me a video from the pylon at the opposite corner of the field where you can't see anything. Give me one other angle.
Yeah.
Don't just keep giving me the same thing. Be like, oh, this is going to be close. Like, you can't even see the football. How's it going to be close?
Yeah. They're just they're trying to be as legitimate as possible with these catches. I mean, am I one to hate on them for that? I know, but yes. Like, all these bobbled catches that, like, 2 feet in but don't have possession of it. It's like, dude, he still caught the ball. I mean, I just don't get that. Like, he still is holding possession of the ball. It's like they have to be perfect and the ball cannot move whatsoever for it to not be a catch. Like, I don't think that's how it should be.
Well, I understand that. Like, if you're falling out of bounds and the ball pops into the air, because it's similar in soccer where, like, I always tell my kids, if the ball is in the air, we don't have possession. Like, football, all right, if you're going out of bounds and you lose control of the ball as you're coming, like, still moving, like, all right, the ball is in the air, you don't have it. If I throw you a ball and then you walk over there and you're bobbling and then you catch it, like, you didn't catch it in bounds over here. Mm-hmm. You caught it out of bounds, so it's out of bounds.
Now, I think, like, for one thing, like, say he catches it and he hits the ground and then it pops out and he bobbles it again. Like, that's one where it's like, okay, no, that's not a catch.
Well, that's the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, like, in the air, say he just, like, misplaces it but still catches it.
Yeah.
I think it should be a catch. It's one of those where they're trying to figure it out. I think they finally have, but I don't know. I mean, you could see the ball move a little bit, but he was definitely firm on the catch itself.
There was one last night where, was it Ferguson? Who was it? Dak scrambled, threw one to him, and he was falling over as he caught it. And as he fell over, he stuck it to his side. Well, as he fell to the ground, obviously, like, his leg is not as big as the ball. So the ball's point hit the ground, but the ball never moved. So now I don't understand that because he pinned it on his way down, had control, and then when he hit the ground, it stayed there, and then he just picked up, he had it with one hand.
Is it a catch? Did they call it a catch?
No, they ruled it. They at first did, and then they went against it. So I don't understand that because that's the same thing as me falling out of bounds and then I hit the ground and it moves. But this one didn't move.
That's just a bad call then. That's just
but it
NFL
up,
being the
it
NFL.
Went upstairs, though. It wasn't like they challenged it or anything.
It just went right upstairs and they overturned it.
Yeah.
That's just the NFL making stupid calls and making bad calls. We'll never figure it out, Kyle. I wish we could because
league is so dumb.
Yes, they always find a way.
This league, and I don't want them to change this, but this league is so dumb.
Goodell just got signed, by the way.
That too. They still use chains to measure if a ball is a first down.
I know. Like that, it just blows my mind that they still do that. Like,
think about all the technology we have now, and we're paying two dudes to stand over there with fluorescent orange sticks with a chain connected.
God bless those guys for making their own money, but like, come on now.
Yeah, like that's
get
how
the VAR and.
Like, it's 10 yards. We can't figure out with the overhead shot where the 10 yards are and just be like, oh, yeah, the ball was right there.
You would think that with this turf they would have all that stuff.
Put a sensor on the ball and then have sensors on the sideline.
Yeah.
So like a laser type system.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Well, they kind of have that with the pylons, don't they? With the camera. It's similar. Well, regardless, I want them to keep the chains because the chains are a crucial part of football.
It's a old traditionalist way of having football still be football.
Yes.
But we didn't talk about this. How about this lady, this fan of the Chargers?
It's a plant. It's a plant.
Unbelievable. I thought she was an AI for a second. I'm not even capping.
She's a Vikings fan.
Yeah, she got caught. The NFL got caught red-handed. Think about how awful of an organization you have to be to pay people to be a fan of your team. She is a Vikings fan. And I'm telling you, they do this on purpose. Then they had her on a bunch of shows like Pat McAfee and everything. Yeah. They are pushing all this stuff to act like it's not real or act as if it is real. Like, oh, like she is a Chargers fan. Look, like they did this with the script. They did this with the fan. It's like they're trying to shove this to us to tell us that it is the truth. No, it's not. It's bullshit.
No super fans act like that.
Yeah, no, I don't act like that. You don't act like that. He doesn't act like that. Like, no.
Yeah, she looked like she was on something. She looked like Frank the Tank on a bad Mets game.
Yes. She looked like a robot, dude. Because you remember when they had those robots in the stands?
True. Are we sure that it's not one? They found a lookalike?
I'm convinced.
She looked a little different on Pat McAfee.
I'm convinced it is a robot.
There was stuff missing from her face.
Like, why do you just egg on one person and you keep showing them? Like, I don't understand. It makes zero sense.
It was like they got stuck on her. And it was weird when they showed her the first time. Like, they held it on her a bit too long. Abnormally too long. You know, like it'll go to someone and then 1, 2, cut away.
Yeah.
It was like 1, 2, 3, 4. And it was as if it was planned. Because they stayed just long enough for her to lose her mind a little bit and then went away after like 6 seconds.
I mean, that can't be a diehard fan.
No.
There's no way. Yeah, I actually feel for the people who teams have moved from like one area to the next. Like the Rams, for example. They were the St. Louis Rams for ages.
Yes.
And then they moved to LA. It's like, what do you do? Like, do you still root for them? Do you find another team that's closer to your spot where you live and root for them? I mean, if the Jets move to freaking like New Mexico, do I still root for the Jets? I don't know. They're in New Mexico now.
All right, let's be honest. You're still going to root for them.
I guess. But I would hate that. I mean,
you can't give up now.
No, I can't give up. I guess. Yeah, it makes sense.
You two are in way too far to just give up if they move. I think if they move to New Mexico and become the New Mexico Jets, like you just have to keep riding until you guys win one.
We just gotta head out to the desert.
Yeah, we just gotta be out.
I say we pick up this table and we just move to Scottsdale if that happens.
Nah, we're moving to the UK and we're picking up that team.
We're taking the Jags.
We're taking the Jags. We're moving on to the Jags. We get to see them once a year in
twice
the UK. So twice a year. So.
And there's murmurs of a Super Bowl going over there. Now, if they take if they take our Super Bowl, we should get the UK back as ours.
There you go.
So I guess we would take UK because I guess we were theirs. 1 hour. Yeah. They should give us the UK.
Do you think that's a good move?
No.
No? Why?
Because no one in the UK cares about that. And also, what time are they going to play the game at?
They said it would be on at 3.
3, yeah. That would be it.
No, that's a problem because that's prime. You're supposed to drink from 5 to 7 before the game. Not 5 to 7, 12 to 7 before the game.
But I feel like there would actually be a lot of people that would go out to the UK. It would give them an opportunity to go out there and go to the Super Bowl. But you got to keep it at home. You got to keep it on the homegrown soil.
You can't play it out there.
No.
Play it in Iowa. Let me wave to the Children's Hospital before we go out there.
That's like playing the Premier League Championship in
Hell, have it
Nebraska.
at Westchester University before we go out there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they're trying so hard to get the UK involved on everything football. And you know what? I love that all of these European fans of regular football are now enjoying American football. I mean, because you look around the stands, they're all chanting and they're wearing all these different jerseys, which is awesome to see, to be honest. I love it. But I feel like they're pushing way too hard to get them involved. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, but I mean, come on now. Keep it at home. It's a Super Bowl.
It's a Super Bowl.
It's a Super Bowl. That's one of the most biggest events in the world for that day.
There's two leagues that should never go overseas with their championships: the NBA and the Super Bowl, and
cricket.
Well, no, because World Championships for cricket are in like Saudi Arabia, but we're the only two leagues in the world that are only played on home soil that are world champions.
The NBA is interesting, though.
But if we go overseas with our NBA finals, all of a sudden that opens a huge door to saying, oh, wait, but now we have to allow the Euro League to come in. If we keep it here, doesn't matter. We're world champions.
What about the NHL?
Well, NHL is already in Canada, so. But I guess the NBA is in Canada.
The NBA is in Europe, too.
North America. No, but NBA is not really in Europe.
Yeah.
No, they just shouldn't go over there. They don't deserve it. What did they do to deserve it?
I guess.
Did they watch every Sixers game during the process? They probably don't even know what the process is.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of, I think basketball starts this week, right?
Yeah, Patrick Beverley got thrown out of the preseason game against the Nets for making fun of Ben Simmons. It's a great start to the year. He's already my favorite player. I might get his jersey.
Now, are you like a hardcore Sixers fan? Like, are you watching every single game?
Yes.
Okay.
I watch every game that I can. Same with the Flyers. I'll watch every game that I can.
Now, what do you? We'll talk a little basketball here. What do you think the Sixers? What's their season going to look like? Do you think they can? Well, they have a chance to go all the way? Are they?
Yeah, but like,
what are your concerns of certain positions on the team?
Honestly, if I have to give my honest opinion of this team, their ceiling is Eastern Conference Finals. Their floor is first round exit. Because I think that they have too good of a team to not make the playoffs. But the James Harden situation, I think, holds them back as a team. Because look at the teams that win these trophies. The whole organization is bought in from top to bottom. And when one of your best players, like, all right, he's our second best player probably behind Embiid. He hates the front office. So how is that going to work? I don't even know what happened between them and him. Like, it just makes no sense.
Is it more so on Harden than Daryl Morey or whatever?
I think so, because are you really going to keep James Harden around for another 6-7 years? The dude can barely move as it is. He's already on the decline. He was on the decline when he went to the Nets. So are we really going to keep him around for that long and let him retire a Sixer?
Yeah, no.
Listen, but if you want to retire a Sixer, it's next year or the year after that, because you ain't got it after that. And Tyrese Maxey's coming up.
I just feel like the Sixers, like I if there's one Philly team I actually like watching and I root for, I mean, I'm a Nets fan, but the Nets are a disaster. The Sixers are cool. I mean, because they're one of those teams that have been shitty for a long time, and they're trying to work through it, and they've gotten better. But there's just something about this roster that just I've been saying it, and they need to just get Embiid some help. But not even with other positions, but with a center or a power forward. Because right now I'm looking at their roster. You got Embiid, and then the other centers or power forwards that they got Mo Bamba, which is actually a nice little addition. Montrezl Harrell,
pretty good for them.
Yeah, they needed to bring someone in to back him up. I think they need some type of stretch for. I mean, Toby, he's hated throughout all of Philadelphia.
I hate him.
Yes, a lot of people
Kelly
do.
Oubre, though.
Kelly Oubre is a nice little forward there. I like Tyrese Maxey too.
I like Ricky Council. Rookie.
But that's like
PJ
it.
Tucker's a dog.
Paul Reed. Anthony Melton.
Paul
I like
Reed
that.
out the mud.
But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like.
And they brought back Danny Green. Like, honestly,
What is that move?
I love Tobias Harris if we have Danny Green. Because Danny Green is horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, dude, he was an analyst for a year.
What are we doing, man? I think that the Eastern Conference Final is going to be the Sixers against the Bucks.
I think the Bucks are no doubt going to be in there.
And if we get there, I guarantee you I will be full on saying the Sixers are winning the finals. So just be prepared for that. I know I just said their ceiling is Eastern Conference, but if they get there, their ceiling becomes a parade.
Do you think the Miami Heat will
I
get
think
close?
I think they'll make the playoffs, but they ain't win.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you can't have the Bucks as favorites to at least be the number one seed in the East, but
Obviously the Celtics.
the Celtics as well. That's
The Bulls?
no, I wouldn't throw the
Maybe.
Bulls in there.
Maybe.
I really want to see the Knicks succeed. I wish they can just get
Also-
a little bit past where they usually are, but
People got to remember we got Nick Nurse this year, too.
yeah, which is huge. I wish they would have gotten Van Fleet somehow,
I
but
know.
that hurts.
Hey, there's still time. Maybe we move
Doc
on.
Rivers had to go. It was
Yes.
about that time.
Doc had to go. And
I got nothing on Nick
James
Nurse. I think he's solid.
James Harden, his heart's in it. He loves this team. It's just it makes me so nervous that he's not fully bought in.
I wish I knew behind the scenes what the hell was going on there, but I don't.
No one knows. This is what I mean. This is why fans should run every team.
This is why
There should be a fan vote for everything.
the big three that were the Nets was never going to work out in the first place because you had the diva and Kyrie. You had the diva. I mean, James Harden wasn't really a diva, but one person like that, especially in a small locker room of NBA team, I mean, that could just ruin a whole team.
Yeah. So, a betting thing for the NBA this year that I'm doing is I will be putting money on the Celtics to win every game and the Suns to win every game that they play.
Nuggets? Any betting
No,
schemes there?
because those odds won't be good.
Okay,
The Suns
so
will be a little bit closer. Celtics will be a little bit closer. I'm just going to put money on them every single game. If they win 60 games, you think you got to be up money, right?
yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Hypothetically,
Yeah, you can be up.
yeah. So I'm just
Put a
gonna do
decent
that
amount
the
on.
season.
There you go. You gotta track the numbers. Let us know how it goes.
Watch me lose like $400 doing this.
No, you can only go up from here. You can only go up from here.
I end up losing thousands, but that's all right.
That's all right,
It's for
dude.
the- it's for the bit, right?
Exactly. We're gonna make it now. I want to touch on baseball quick because again, I was right about the Phillies.
Oh,
They had the easiest route. Easily, they beat the Marlins with ease. The Braves are choke artists, and they beat them too. Now they actually play tonight. I
It's
believe.
2-0, end of the fourth.
And the Phillies are up.
Phillies are up.
The Phillies are up 2-0, and I believe the NLCS is a best of 5 still. I don't think it's best of 7. But Nola's on the mound. He's been killing it in the postseason. I honestly thought the Diamondbacks would play a little bit tougher. It's still early, but man, I'll tell you what, the Phillies, they get hot in the right time, man. They've been hot. It's different because last year they got hot during the playoffs, but they were hot like a month and a half before the playoffs even started. So I gotta give them credit, man. They beat the Braves, which is awesome. Now I want to see them lose, of course, as a Mets fan, because I want to see them lose. But they're staying hot, man, and they're giving fucking teams hell, especially the Diamondbacks who are young. But it's not over yet. But Castellanos, Harper, Trey Turner, Schwarber, they're doing what they got to do. They had the lineup. They have the hitters. Now they're finally coming together and just showing out. So,
I mean, I think that they win it, dude. It kills me.
if
to
they
say
beat
that.
Houston again, by the way, crazy stat, Houston has reached the ALCS 7 times in a row.
Yeah.
That's wild.
They built a good team.
They just know how to win.
Did they cheat?
Cheat.
Yes, but they built a good team.
Right now they're
So at
down
the end of the day,
2.
you do have to hit the ball. Like I said this from the beginning of their cheating. Did they cheat? Yes. Do I hate them for it? Yes.
Everyone
but at the
does.
end of the day, you can know whatever pitch is coming. You still have to hit the ball.
Everybody outside of Houston hates the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants. I want to see Texas win it. Like I want to see the Texas Rangers beat them because they're up 2-0 right now. I would love to see them get to the World Series because they haven't been there, and I love that it's a Texas battle.
Oh, yeah.
So Texas and Philly will be a fire World Series.
Yes.
Anyone,
great color combination for the World Series.
Yes, absolutely. A little blue-red action. Yeah, that would look good, especially with the aqua and then the Phillies' little alternate colors.
Now, if the Phillies win, we're going to the parade, right?
For sure.
Absolutely, right? We'll just interview people,
We have to, yeah.
talk it through, ask them what they think the Yankees will do next year.
Ask
How
them
the
ask them
Mets
how
will
much
be.
they hate the Mets.
Yeah. Don't ever tell them who we actually like.
Yeah,
keep
no,
Just
never.
keep asking them questions about how they feel about that team.
And then just roll with it.
Yeah.
Just be like, yeah.
Never ask one question about the World Series.
No. But they're keeping it rolling, man. So good for them, I guess. And we'll see what happens. Still a lot of game left to play, but
Yes. So, before we finish up here,
okay.
rankings.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
first,
69
Darius
player
Slayton.
of the week.
Darius Slayton, 69 player of the week. Well done, bud.
Whoa,
You slayed.
whoa.
He slayed.
What about the other guys? Are they even worth
All right,
talking
well,
about?
Mark Andrews, but you ain't getting it.
No, DK's not getting it because
DK Metcalf, you fought somebody. Flag on the play.
Yeah,
You're
no.
cut. Darius Slayton, you slayed this week. You won me some money. 69 player of the week.
Okay, fair. Congratulations, Darius Slayton.
Yep. First time winner.
First time winner, yeah.
Now, here we go. I got what we did last week. Rankings. Great teams. Jags UK stays. San Francisco, I think you got to keep it there because they got injured.
There was a couple that I wanted to change, move up, move down.
I think Dolphins stay.
I think the Browns move up to good.
Yep, I'll move them up to good.
I think the Jags could also move up there. You know what?
So-
Well, let's keep them here.
So hear me out. I think we keep the Jags in good enough, but we move
We
the
gotta wait.
Chargers. We trade the Chargers for the Browns.
I like that.
Now,
Yes.
do we move the Jets up?
No, we'll wait.
Okay.
We'll wait. They could move up. The Bills, I'm keeping right there.
Can I motion to bring the Falcons down the bad?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, you can. And I would keep bad the way it is. Maybe move Washington up to good enough to not make the playoffs. Because they both have the same record right
So
now.
if we're gonna make a trade here, I think it's the Raiders
The Raiders to move up.
because I don't know if Washington's really that good yet.
Okay, fair.
They still have to prove that they're worse than the Giants.
Dude, I mean, now as I'm looking at the good enough to not make the playoffs category, I'm looking at 3 teams that could move up to good. I really do like Houston. I think what they're doing is phenomenal, and that division, that is the only division that is really like anybody can win it. I mean, the Colts probably not anymore because they lost Anthony Richardson, who was probably done for the year.
Mm-hmm.
But it's between the Jags and the Texans. And I think they're both good enough to make the playoffs. So maybe we move those 2 up.
Okay. So
Because one of those is going to win the division.
people aren't gonna like this, but I think we move the Eagles down to good. You can't lose to the Jets at home. Were they even home?
No,
Jets were home?
Jets were home. I personally would keep the Eagles in great. But if you would like to do that, why not? The Chargers,
You can't
yes.
lose to the Jets.
Especially with the record they had against us.
Yeah.
The Chargers definitely moved down. Like, whoa. We need to move the Lions up. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, I think we move the Lions up to great. I think the Eagles come down.
Great teams cover.
Absolutely.
Great teams do cover, yes.
So we go Jags.
UK will forever stay there.
Should we do Lions in good, but Lions when we bet on them? Great.
Yes.
Okay. We move the Eagles down to good. Chargers go down to good enough. Browns, Texans move up.
Keep the Jags there. We have to
Jags
see them.
stay.
Yes. Keep them after Thursday. We'll go from there. So Browns and Texans will move up.
Falcons come down.
Falcons come
They're
down.
bad.
Yes. I'm keeping Seattle there, and I'm keeping the Bucks could possibly be bad. I want to keep them there because they're 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
The Steelers, I still think they're bad. I think that we should keep them there. I think it's time to move the Titans to terrible,
Yeah, I can get behind that.
and I think the Vikings move down to terrible.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think those
that's
two
a
are
good
going down.
rankings.
Yeah.
I hope someone was able to follow that.
Well, I will text if you send me a picture of that. I will text you what I think, and then we can collaborate from there.
Well, I know what we just said.
Okay,
I'm saying everyone that's now going to listen to that, good luck.
So if you're looking, again, Vikings terrible. Wait, let me see again. Vikings are terrible. Huh? Titans. Titans terrible. Vikings terrible. We're moving.
All right, screw this.
We're moving.
We'll put it out.
I love it though. No, I love that you're doing this.
It's really good.
Yes.
You and I have this down to a science.
Yes, and we actually got a comment for my Uncle John, by the way. He said it's great and it's spot on.
We got this 100% right.
For sure. Now, Leroy, I don't even know who my Leroy Jenkins player of the week was, but Jahmyr Gibbs, log him for this week. It's ready. It's time. It's time for him to snap.
Josh Jacobs didn't win it last week, but he's going to win 69 plays.
He was close, by the way. He's 77 yards.
He did his darndest.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a natural. He's just hovering around that mark, like 69 to 80 yards, and we're just waiting for him to hit it again.
Actually, I'm going to switch it. Who do the Browns play this week?
Browns play the Colts. -2.5.
All right, Deshaun Watson, 69 player of the week. 69 rushing yards.
I'll do, I don't. He might not even be playing, dude, but I'll do, I'll stick with it. I'll go Jerome Ford. 69.
All right.
I like that, though. Now, I just got it. Well done. Any other games that we want to talk about before we get out of here? Any good games that we missed, maybe? Any bad games that we missed? Oh, Bills are still overrated, by the way. 14-9.
No, that's bad. They suck.
They're not.
Josh Allen's not good.
Try to tell y'all they're overvalued. You win 14-9 against the Giants. Come on now. With Tyrod Taylor, nothing on Tyrod, but come on, man, y'all suck. They're done. They're not. The window is closed. So expect a rebuild. Stephon Diggs is gonna be somewhere else soon, and it's all gonna go to shit.
Yep.
And then from there, I think that's mostly all the good games. The Fins are still a fucking powerhouse. Eagles, Niners, Browns. Hold on a minute. I need to talk about this. I try to tell y'all, Browns, sleeper team. Their defense is nasty.
Yeah.
They are nasty. They are so good.
In the last 50 years, no team has given up less yards than them.
Yeah. And they were doing it with P.J. Walker.
Yeah.
Most of them like half the game. But man, they're a damn good team. And the Niners, it's funny because we were like, are the Niners going to go undefeated? They put Brock through hell. And Jake Moody missing that kick, that's just painful because, I mean, I guess it's a good loss because it's a good defensive team. And they lost McCaffrey and Debo. But Brock got lit up, man. The defense held him in check. That's it from us, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
No other games. Gassy, you got anything you want to say? Oh, wait, UFC? Any UFC stuff you want to pull it out?
We'll save it for next week. We got a good episode coming up.
All right, yeah, we got a buddy of mine coming, a buddy of ours coming on. We're going to talk a little UFC next week. So
pray for all the Eagles fans. He's a Cowboys fan.
There you go. So we're going to load up on the Cowboys. But, again, the promotion, the jersey, we're going to put it out, and we're going to keep hammering you guys on it. Do all of it. Do all the stuff that we're telling you to do, and this jersey could potentially be yours. Jalen Hurts. This is a really nice jersey.
It's really nice. It'd be a shame if one of us won it.
Yeah. And the winner is Colin Muller. So, that being said, guys, great episode yet again, and we will be back next week.
Peace.